Hello out there.
I'm Christine,
I'm Jamie.
and we are here for Mother of Death and Dawn
Part 2, Books and Booze.
by Carissa Broadbent. This is the very last of us talk. No, sorry. This is the this is the last book. This is the last of the book. I was gonna say this is the last time we're talking about the books, but we're not. We're gonna have a short finale episode. So shut up, Christine.
Yeah, get it
Shut
right.
up. We're doing chapters 58 all the way to the end, and I was just looking at my notes and looking at Jamie and realizing there's too much.
Yeah.
There's too much to say. So we're gonna have to just pick our favorite parts, I guess.
I mean, my favorite parts are Max and Tasana, so
Yeah, I got a lot of that.
yeah.
So
That's my main concern.
I made the drink today.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to do a drink for Sammerin.
Rightly deserved.
It is deserved. He has not had a drink yet. And then, as we know, him and Max love wine.
Mm-hmm.
But we have done a lot of wine drinks.
Yeah. I mean, wine's great. A wine cocktail's great.
Yeah. So I was like, what's like a different kind of wine or something we can do? So I picked a Japanese plum wine. And
Different choice. I like it.
it's different. We mixed it with some club soda. We got some mint, some lemon juice. And Bob's your uncle.
Is he?
No, we don't have an Uncle
We
Bob.
do not have an Uncle Bob.
But that's the drink. What did you think of it, Jamie?
It was okay. It reminded me of old people.
Why?
I don't know why.
It's not prunes, it's plums.
I know, but whatever the taste, it just reminded me of old people.
Yeah, and I realized,
It wasn't bad, but I'm not like, oh,
I love it. I'm going to get it again.
yeah, let me finish this whole drink.
I realized as I was drinking it too, I don't even like plums.
Oh,
I don't like them.
I do. I haven't had a plum in a really long time, but I do not like them.
Well, we wanted to give it a shot.
Yeah.
Try the plum wine. Now, afterwards, I took out the club soda and just added more lemon juice, and that was all right.
Yeah.
For some reason, the plum wine reminded me of scotch.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they have... I don't know. I'm not even going to try and figure it out. If anyone knows why these tastes would be similar...
I mean, when you took a sip right from the bottle, it did taste pretty good.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Yeah. It would taste good on some ice.
Well, give it a try, you guys. We need to try, new
things.
stuff. Sometimes we need to try new things. And we tried.
Yeah.
We tried.
You tried. Good for you.
Thank you. Sorry, Sammerin, that this wasn't,
I feel like he would like it.
He might like it.
I feel like it's a wine cocktail that he would like.
Yes.
So, good job.
All right. Okay, let's talk about the book.
So I love that I saw this in your notes because I also realized this last time and I forgot to bring it up. That we got Willa confused with some other girl that died previously.
Irene.
Yes.
Now, if y'all don't remember, in Children of Fallen Gods, Irene helps kidnap Tasana, and Jamie was trying to convince me that Irene was Willa, and I was like, no, that's not her name. I don't remember that being her name. I've never heard of Irene before.
You know what it is? Because how I picture Irene, or how I picture Willa, is similar to how I picture Irene from Throne of Glass.
Oh.
So I think that's in my head.
You got confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, Willa is not Irene.
Also, another thing I want to bring up, I don't remember if I did this already. Remember in book 1 where there was like that bird girl in the garden?
Hummingbird.
Yes, but she was a person.
Yep.
That
Nothing became of it.
Yes, and that's bugged me in the first time I read this series, and it's bugged me again. Because it seems like, oh, she's going to come back, that this will be someone. Nope.
Or that
Like, what
Max turned her into a person and that was a thing.
Something, but it's just like the
Nothing
randomest
became of
part, and it drove me nuts the first time, and it's still driving me nuts because I just don't understand her purpose.
I imagine that maybe it was supposed to become something and then it didn't.
Oh, that's true.
Got cut, maybe?
I'm going to pay attention to her Instagram posts, and maybe one time she'll be like, ask me a question.
I got a question, Carissa.
It's been brewing for years.
I need to know.
I can't remember what her name was. She did have a name. What happened with the hummingbird lady?
Yeah. She does make reference to the Seerzen being like hummingbirds, which is why they had like a certain nickname too.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was at the end of Children of Fallen Gods. So then I was like, is that connected to the hummingbird lady from the first book?
Anyways, none of this is really that important, but
Okay.
really had to get this off our chest.
So we get into the second half of this book. They just finished this battle in Naraja.
Max and Tasana are mentally reunited because he remembers.
Max remembers. They make love, even though they're physically depleted and in dire need of sleep. It does not matter. I'm sorry. It does not matter how much I miss you. I'm going to sleep.
I don't know.
I'm going to sleep.
I'm gonna have like sleepy sex.
What does that look like? If you could demonstrate.
You don't put like a lot of energy into it.
Yeah.
You know?
Just like a seal, just like.
Yeah, just kind of flopping around with each other. Yeah. Can I say my favorite part that I love?
Sure.
Tasana stood up and stretched and then gasped sharply. There has been a mistake. I leapt to my feet, alarmed. What? She gestured to the room. There is only one bed in here. She's so funny. I really enjoyed that. It's like, I'm going to use that one time.
Oh, no.
What are we going to do? There's only one bed. Guess we'll have to be in there together.
Uh-oh. Do you have anything to add? Like, the next part that I have is Tasana in the Zurikov house.
Okay, so I guess I'll only pick one quote from this part. But I did like that how he said to her, I'm not much for words, so I'll say this once. If you ever have to guess what I want or what is best for me, it is you, all right? I have made that decision already. I do not make it lightly. Don't disrespect that by claiming that you know better for me than I do. I've made bad decisions before, but you are not, never have been, and never will be one of them. It is always you.
Oh. Yeah, shut up, Tasana.
Yeah. Don't try and make him leave when he has amnesia. And he just like talks about their love and then...
We get it. You're in love.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Okay, one of my favorite segments was Tasana in the Zorokov house when she gets taken. I think this is a really good, just like seeing her cleverness and just
so clever.
The things that she does just blow my mind, and I love this in like the lead females we get in the types of books that we read, like when they're really clever and really smart and able to like figure out situations, and it's kind of like heist like. It's not a heist, but you know what I mean. And it's she does this, right? So she figures out their goal wasn't to kill me, their goal wasn't even to punish me. No, that had been a test. Oh, she's talking about Lady Zorokov taking the strips off her back.
Yes,
which was
so
horrible
gross
to read.
Yes.
She thinks their goal wasn't to kill me, their goal wasn't even to punish me. No, that had been the test, and a shockingly obvious one. They'd heard all about what happened at the Mikov estate. They wanted to make sure they clipped my wings. It had taken all of my self-control not to break, not to lash out with the dregs of magic I still did have at my disposal. But a few chunks of my flesh were a small sacrifice to hide my flight.
Oh. I had forgotten that too, and I was like, oh my god, right, you totally could have protected yourself and you didn't. Yeah. All for a greater scheme. She
didn't want them to know that she had some magic, and then she goes and further injures herself
so that the wielder can come in.
Yeah, so that the healer comes, so that she can talk to the
she makes her back infected.
Yeah, so she asks the wielder to help her. Another slave that comes, and she gets everyone on her side.
Yep, I love her.
She tries to recruit the slaves, which, if you think about it, like outnumber, the Threllian lords and the people in power. So she's so smart in trying to take that risk and get them on her side. Mm-hmm. And then she makes this huge entrance.
Oh, I loved it.
Another big entrance in a red dress. I love it.
And I also just want to say that I always picture her in a red dress.
She's just always wearing a red dress.
She's just always in a red dress.
Even when, I know, because there's parts of the book where they reference, like, her and Max wearing jackets. And I'm like, she's not.
She's in a red dress, you guys. Don't be ridiculous. That's her only outfit. Okay, I do like when she walks in with her red dress again. And because she had given her a different look. But then she says, now I said, look at me. And when I rose from my knees, they did, drawing in gasps of shock. Casually, I walked to the head table. Guards! Lady Zorokov cried. The guards did not move. Guards!
Guards!
I leaned over the table. The Zorkots had taken inspiration, it seemed, from the dinner menu. Every nation that Thrall had conquered was represented here. I touched a bowl of Nizranese blood apricots, and they turned to rot. You were so easy to trick, I said to her. It's like you want nothing more than to underestimate us.
Yeah, that scene is really good until she's like, oh, great, Max is going to walk in, but then, like, the fake king walks in. But up until that point, it's like
great.
A really great...
Yeah.
A really great scene. Yeah, and the fake king shows up. Now, we do get in this kind of segment Tisana finally meeting Aoife in her body.
Yes. Which would be so weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
I do like their relationship, even, like, through the rest of the book, where Aoife's kind of, like, confused, where maybe, like, Tisana was the only one that seemingly actually was empathetic or, like, trying to understand.
Well, I mean, like how she said, like, I know you. Like, I saw you.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's what she says here, isn't it?
Oh, I don't.
She said, you sacrificed yourself for me. I saw you, Roche. Aoife, I saw you. And then Aoife thinks those 3 words made me stop short. I saw you. It was the truth. As Roche, no one saw me. I was living, being trapped in a world where no one acknowledged me except for a single soul. What choice did I have but to become obsessed with them? Tisana had become everything to me then. My lover, my enemy, my captor, my slave, all these things bound inextricably to what I had once been. I do realize, too, finishing this book, that Aoife is a lot more unhinged than maybe I had caught on to in the first half. Because you do get, like, a little bit more... I don't know, I guess I realized, like, her limitations as, like, a duplicate of herself, or, like, someone kind of, like, reborn in a sense.
Yes, because I feel
like she's still infant-like.
Yes,
or, like,
a lot of
childlike,
it.
I mean.
And, which is one of my favorite parts in this, is where she's kind of, like, experiencing things for the first time. It is very... She's so, like, new and not, like... Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird.
And her understanding of things is... You know what it is? Which I've never watched this movie, but I feel like what it would kind of be like. Is that Emma Stone one? Never mind, I haven't seen the movie, so I really can't. But I feel like it would be something like this from what I've heard of it. Yeah, because she's not fully herself.
No. Like, she doesn't have all her life experiences.
Yeah.
And even as Roche, she had this really simplistic view of the world, and so she still has that piece of herself.
Yeah,
right?
and
where
like her understanding of like emotions and
attaching to other people.
Yeah, is very limited. Also, I realized, so that you know how they have the heart?
Yeah.
How do you picture it?
Like an anatomically correct heart, but white.
Which makes sense.
What do you picture?
I was like picturing like an actual like cute heart. And then when they were like talking about it, I was like, oh, it probably looks like an actual heart, not...
I think they say that it's like a real...
I have like up in my bedroom, I have a little cute white heart.
Because they're thinking about whether it's like an actual one. They have a conversation
about
I
remember that.
Yeah.
And
okay,
but just still in my head.
Do you think humans, that's what it looks like inside their body?
Yeah.
Okay. She burns Lady Zorkov alive.
Yep. It's great. Well deserved.
Yeah. And Max is like, this isn't you. But I was kind of like, just let it happen.
Wait till you see her back, Max. God.
Yeah. Is it Phyllis? I don't want to say Phyllis because I feel like Phyllis is like a...
I say Phileas.
But there's no I. It's
yeah, it's F-I-L-I-A-S.
Oh, did I spell it wrong? I have F-I-L-A-S. Phyllis.
No, I copied from the book. Like, highlighted.
Well, I also thought I did.
Oh.
But no, I believe you. Anyway, so Phyllis dies.
Phileas.
I just feel like I'm talking about an older woman. Phyllis dies.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah, it's just sad, like, Tisana and Max witnessing Cyril's pain and having... Yeah. And she says, and just like that, my best friend lost the love of his life. That would never be a fair exchange. The night wore on in wild celebration, but I stayed there with Cyril and held him as he wept. Ooh.
But then he's still like such a good friend to her when she's like talking to him about, because I think she feels bad for like leaving.
He's such a good friend. Yeah. And he's always like, yeah, of course you would go with him. Like, isn't that the point, right? If you know, I had what you had still, I would be, you know, of course.
Yeah. And she does say, which I just like this quote, it pained me to see the sadness in him, even though I knew better than to expect anything else. Grief was not a virus to be cured and expelled. It was a chronic condition that would shadow him forever. It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah. So Sammerin, our guy, I did just like this scene, and it's like not important to the plot, but We never talk about Sammerin, okay?
Yeah.
Um,
I'll take all the Sammerin.
yeah, he was working as a healer in the makeshift hospital where everyone is celebrating. He sat on a bench outside, head tipped back to rest against the outer wall, smoking. So Max says,
You look horrific.
"Thank you. So do you, though fairly unremarkable looking for someone who has now ended 3 different wars under strange and mysterious circumstances."
Fuck you. That's terrible for your health, you know.
Oh, is it? Sammerin gave him a deadpan glare and took another defiant puff. I just thought it was like so silly because like everyone's dying and it's just like let the man have a smoke.
Yeah.
Like he's literally saving lives and you're dodging death.
Yeah.
You've died. You have each died a few times. Let the man have his puff.
He'll be fine.
Anyway.
Is that what's happening?
No, you can say that one.
Oh, okay. So when they're on the boat and they're going over, Tasana says, "It would be the 3rd time I had made this journey. The first time as a refugee, a half-dead slave searching for someone to save her. The 2nd time as a weapon, a slave to a new master ready to go fight someone else's war. And now at last, a liberator."
Yes.
Yes, Tasana.
Yeah, I feel like that encompasses the 3 books.
Yeah, perfectly.
Yeah. Just quickly, one that I like about Max, because I do think it's a throwback to Daughter of No Worlds when we get like descriptions of him when they're still in the cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Max says, "Why do you do this to me? You're always making me do things." And then Tasana laughs and she says, "As soon as the war is done, I'll never make you do a single thing ever again." And I really just felt that in my bones. Like, I am Max. And like, can we just go home and like
Not do things?
drink wine in front of the fire and read some books and like roll in the garden? I don't know.
Sounds so
Stop
much
asking
better.
me to do things.
I don't want to be king.
Okay, but aside from that, I assume that you have something to say about the Moth reunion?
I loved it.
I loved it too.
It was so special.
It really was.
And I like they're all feeling down and Tasana's like, "I have an idea." And then she brings him to find Moth.
Oh, okay.
And right away she's like, "I knew it was him." I love, when they like call him over, and I like the quote you have too, where Max says, "Happy to see us?"
I thought you were all dead.
And then he breaks down into tears.
Oh. Because like for a minute you're like, why isn't he going to like hug them? Or like, he's not really saying anything to Max and Sammerin. He's not.
Yeah, he's just kind of shocked.
I imagine him like deadpan, and then Tasana like hugs him, and then finally he says that and breaks down in tears. And you're like, oh, he
thought you guys were dead.
Like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cute. If you hear anything in the background, by the way, there's a thunderstorm going on.
Yes.
I can hear the thunder through my headphones.
Same.
Ooh.
Perfect timing.
I love thunderstorms. I don't really care about like war stuff or like the battle stuff like that much, but I do think it's a staple to give a war speech, or like it reminds me of like Coach in the sports room, the locker room,
right before the big game.
Before the big game.
Yeah.
And sometimes those are really good.
Yep.
And so this is Max before the sports game.
Yep, it's true. He does a really good job, even though he keeps saying he's not good at words.
Yeah, you are.
Am I gonna read it?
Sure.
Okay. So Max says, "This is just part of it. I know how greedy tragedy is. It consumes everything. It consumes hope. It consumes faith. And in the absence of hope, the only thing that seems worth doing is nothing. The only perfect action. The only path forward. But I met someone who once told me that it is a privilege to do nothing. Many people never get that choice." His eyes flicked to me, and just for a moment. "She was right, and it pains me to say this to you, but we have lost our ability to do nothing. We are facing a power that can rip apart everything that we know."
Even from this distance, I could have sworn that Moth grinned as we met his eyes. The others followed suit, a wave of glinting light cresting as the spectators raised their weapons, swords, axes, daggers. People raised brooms and hoes. They raised scarves and hats, eyeglasses, and those who had nothing simply raised clenched fists to the sky. No one cheered, no one shouted, but this swelling wave of silent, mournful solidarity seemed more meaningful than any applause ever would. I met Max's eyes and raised Il Sahaj, crimson butterflies unfurling from its blade and rising to the horizon, and Max was the last to move. He looked over at the crowd, his throat bobbing. He raised his spear. The flames at its length matched the red of the sky, bright and true as a promise.
I'm clapping.
Ooh. It was just very cinematic, you know?
It
Like,
really
I can
was.
imagine it very, very clearly.
Yeah.
People raising their hoes and their scarves.
Anything
Why do you
they
have a
got.
hoe? Is that your weapon for fending off the
You gotta
zombies?
use what you got. Okay.
The painting scene. So Tasana finds the painting that we talk about in Daughter of No Worlds when he was all intoxicated and stumbled upon this man trying to sell his paintings and then insults him. And then, I guess buys the painting.
No, I don't think he did. I think he just talked about when he realized like what the date was and he had this big like epiphany of it. I don't think he actually bought a painting.
Isn't that what we're talking about?
Tasana bought one, found it. Like she went out and found the painting and is giving it to him as a gift.
Oh, I thought it was like in his belongings and then she found it.
Oh, no, because it talks about her finding it, like going through. I thought it was that she found the artist and bought it.
Okay, well, either way, they have the painting. Now, I really wish I remember our conversation about it because both of us interpreted it differently about why this was important. But whoever was right, I don't know. We kind of get clarification. Tasana says, "The night I let myself fall into feelings for him, Max had sat with me under the moonlight over the Threllian plains and told me of these paintings, how he had been in a dark place when he saw them, and how he had reminded him that even in the most terrible moments, someone somewhere was happy. They had reminded him of the existence of hope. Now, in another dark time, I could feel it there too." So it was seeing someone existing in like this simplicity, I guess, and it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah. I think I was just like, oh, even though everything's like shitty for me right now, there is this like hope and like other people, other places are happy.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of like get a narrow view of the world and what you're doing, and he was so set on becoming Archcommandant, winning this war and all these important things, and you kind of like get a window into someone else's life and you're like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. I do love when he asked how she got it. Says it was not easy. No one should have to work so hard to get something so ugly.
Look, I'm going to defend this man to my death. I bet it's a great painting. Okay?
Yeah. Same.
Okay, so they get married?
So exciting.
I just have the last gift that Max gave.
Oh.
What?
You're not going to go over all of it?
No.
Oh. I like the proposal. He says, "You cannot possibly understand how much I love you." And Tasana thinks, "I absolutely do, actually. I wanted to say, but instead I said, 'Marry me.'" A stunned pause. "Say that again," he whispered. "Marry me, mysterious snake man." So then they go and get married, and Sammerin watches. They have like a little white ribbon, and then they're supposed to like give each other gifts with like words, and it's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like future partnership, heart, and soul, but they say something with each one.
Yeah. Yes. So I just wrote down the one of the soul, or the last one that Max says. He says, "As I grappled with another silence as I grappled with my final gift. I give you my soul. It's not a perfect one. It's a little messy. You inherit some scars. But all the good parts are for you. From the minute you showed up at my door, all the good parts were for you."
They are all good parts, Max," she said, cupped my face with her free hand and kissed me. Now they're husband and wife.
I was about to say the wedding song, but then in my head it came out as like a presidential. I had the wrong tune in my head.
Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, that's
dun, dun,
well,
dun,
or what's like a wedding song at the end of weddings?
So there's so many.
But there's like the classic. You should know this. There we go.
Yeah.
You got it.
I don't think anyone ever actually does that though.
They should.
Yeah, I know someone should do that.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
But like modernize it.
Yeah. Now a lot of people do signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours.
Ugh, don't do that.
No. I like when people pick random shit though. It's great.
Yeah.
Highly
Do
recommend
something
doing
really weird. Do corn. Remember? Like a freak on a leash. Just get real weird. To where grandparents are
that. Get low.
shocked. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
To the window.
To the wall. Till the sweat drop down my balls. All these bitches crawl.
Yeah, and then you crawl down the aisle.
Yeah. And then the flower girls in the back. Oh, skeet, skeet.
These are all great ideas.
Yep. Don't steal them, anybody. My idea first.
Okay, let's talk about near.
Oh, do we have to?
Near. She was captured and she escapes. And this whole second half of the book, I am obsessed.
Because she's
She's full villain.
Psycho.
But she's not, just like we've talked about in previous books, there's still depth to it. There's still, like, layers to it.
Yeah.
It isn't just like, there's a mad woman on the run. Because I think there's also, like, she's not the only villain. There's other, like, bad people, bad guys, and I just feel like that makes Nira's story more complicated, too. Like, even when she's having conversations with Mishka, and she's, like, calling him out on certain things of, like, well, what about this? And what about you? And what about this? And I'm like, she's making some good points. She did evil things, but, like,
everyone
you all
else did,
are also, like, she's, like, talking about, like,
but she's also, like, when, like, we're talking about the Mishka conversation.
Yeah.
And she's like, take it, you're right, a finger is nothing. You have no idea what I've already sacrificed to stop you. She lifted her chin as she said that, like a marble statue. Oh, I couldn't stop myself from laughing. She made her actions sound so selfless. The torture of innocence, the murder of children, all wrapped up into her noble causes.
Yeah, and then after that, Nira comes back and says, like, do you know how many children I've pulled out of the rubble? Or, like, she comes back with some points where you're like, oh, okay, Mishka, your point doesn't feel as heavy when, like...
Yes.
And, like, this isn't justifying Nira, because I think Mishka's right, but it's also, like...
You're all doing...
Throughout these storylines, we get, like, a muddying of good and bad, and, like, who's a villain, who is not, and so that's what I like about these books. Whereas, like, Nira isn't... She is being evil, but we understand her motives, but then also everyone else is doing evil things as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we do, like... I was gonna say I want to give her credit, but I did... Her escaping and, like, turning all the Fae into zombies and, like, stealing the Lahara, I mean...
Yeah, that was great. Like, good for you.
Right? Like,
well,
you win.
He got all drunk and went in there and tried to... I do, like, just to prove the point, when she's like, you came onto my land, you threatened my people. And he's like, I was injured, I never meant to enter your land. I did not even know it was yours.
Yeah, I did think of you when I read that.
Right?
I was like, okay, confirmed, because when we had talked about it previously, it was like, well, did they just... Are they there because they're invading you, or were they just, like...
Yeah.
Were they, like, attacking you?
Which it was, like, they found him, like, in a barn or something because he was injured.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything... And then you're like, oh, they're here. They're attacking.
Yeah. War! War!
Now kidnap them all. Turn them into weird creatures.
Yeah. Cut off your wing. Her brain pretty much turns to mush, just like it did with Zareth. I did think the scene where Max stabs her, I thought she died. So I was, like, so confused when we get, like, scenes with, like, Codwin and Aoife, and then, like, Max, like they all started to indicate, like, oh, she's not dead. I'm like, what? Didn't she die? I'm so confused.
There's a lot to kill her.
Ugh. But
she
eventually she dies, though, right?
Thank God.
Yeah, and we do get confirmation her brain is mush because as she's looking at Max in her final, like, seconds, she's like, I can't, it's so hard to think.
Yeah. Well, then I remember, I think Tasana at one point is talking about when she's holding whatever it was, the heart that she had. She said, like, the voice is, like, coming in. She said, I understand how it was driving Nira mad.
Yeah. Okay, I do want to do a final Nira paragraph, just like when she dies. I pitied Nira. I pitied her because she had been created. She had been honed like a weapon and thrust into the hands of a military that simultaneously told her that she would never be enough, and that only part of her worth anything was the part that knew how to kill. Her entire life she had been taught that maybe one day, if she worked hard enough, if she grew cold enough, if she gained enough power, she would have nothing left to be afraid of. But the version of Nira before me now, tears painting silver streaks down bloody cheeks, was more afraid than I had ever seen her. She was afraid of herself. So that just kind of sums up the little bits of Nira that we've gotten from the first book, which is, like, she's trying so hard to be the thing and recognizing, like, I have to do all these things to make it in a man's world, basically, and it, like, she was created.
Yeah, that's just sad.
Sad.
But she also pissed me right off, so...
Yeah. Bad choices.
See ya later, girl.
Choices.
You did.
And you did. Do that after every time someone dies. And you did. Nira, you did.
Lady Zorkov?
Who?
What is it? Lady Zorkov?
Lady Zorkov? You did. Okay, Brian from the Backstreet Boys.
Bran.
Sorry,
Bran, no.
What is that?
From White Lotus, what is it?
Oh, yes.
What does she say now, though?
Piper, no.
Yeah. Bran,
Tsunami.
no.
I can't do a South Carolina accent or North. I'm not sure. I can't do it.
Well, bless your heart. No, I can't.
Nope, that
was so bad.
Nope. Brian. Okay.
Sounded kind of creepy.
So Max doesn't want to tell him that he killed their whole family.
Which makes sense. I can see where he's coming from. Yeah, they go on like that hunting trip. It's so awkward.
It's so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I hate this. I hate this for everybody involved.
I did think it was adorable that Bran tried to, be the big brother. It's like, it reminds me of like those like men who tried to remain masculine. They have like one moment of vulnerability, but it's like so small, but it's so huge for them, right? This and Bran like brings him hunting, right?
It's like, going hunting.
Like, it's a good day to get out, you know.
We're not going to say out loud why.
It's such a dad thing. Go somewhere alone, spend time in nature on days like today. I like that. There's like so much in those words, but that's all he is able to give.
And they're all looking at each other like, we all know what day it is.
Yeah, and Max is like, what's happening?
I guess I'm going.
What is he doing? Anyway. Oh, we get to understand why Bran abandons his daughter.
Yeah, it's sad, but also makes sense.
It does make sense. See, people make sense in context.
It's true. I didn't want to look at anyone who looked like me. The image of Stella's daughter, a little girl who looked so much like Bran, flashed in my mind, and a reluctant understanding clicked into place.
Yeah, so it's hard for Max to look at Bran. Then he's like, oh, that's why he doesn't want to look at his daughter, because he... Yeah. Sad.
Yeah.
And then I did want to ask, like, what's the right thing? Like, would you tell? Because I don't know what the right thing was.
I don't know. Like, it is, like, I don't know if I would. Because it's not going to do anything. Like, it's not going to bring them back.
Mm-hmm.
And then, then I was like, no, he should tell him. But then when he tells him that he killed those other people, that he got to execute them, I was like, ooh, so you killed those people for no reason now.
Yeah.
So that's like, okay, now I'm going to tell you this. And, okay, no, I do think he should know. Because I think, especially when he starts, like, opening up and talking about it more and all the questions he has, and he's like, something doesn't add up, and it's just been bugging him.
Yeah.
Like, he's just so aware that something's...
It doesn't quite make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, all these, like, different things just don't make sense. So I think it's so painful for him to know, but I think it's also better for him to understand.
Totally.
And have more questions answered.
I also think with Max holding it in, they're never actually going to be that close, because there's always going to be this big elephant in the room. And the very least, like, now that he's told him, even though Bran's like, I need to, like, take some time, at least now there's a chance that they could rekindle things and have a more honest relationship that feels better than Max having to always, like, walk on eggshells.
Yeah. I hated when he found out, though. It was so sad.
Oh.
That was just awful.
Even though it's not technically Max's fault, it's still like, how could you not be mad?
Yeah.
Because I could imagine him being also like, okay, well, you being, I don't know, like,
and I don't think he's
so
fully
naive, taking on this weapon in your head that had so many unknowns, like, that's your fault also.
Yeah. And I don't think he fully understood what Rayshay was. Like, I think Tasana, because she experienced it herself, could understand.
Right.
Sammerin actually seeing it could understand, but not having any...
You mean Bran?
No, Sammerin. Like, Sammerin was around when it happened, so he saw Max and Rayshay to get, like...
Right. Like, Bran, it's such, like, a new concept, he doesn't get it.
Yeah, and he never saw when Max had that to, like when Max would see Tasana, and when it would, like, shift over to Rayshay, and how, like, immediately he knew it wasn't her.
He doesn't get it. Okay, let's talk about Cadwyn and Aoife.
Okay, let me get my notes ready.
I do just have one of Ishka talking about Cadwyn, and I wanted to say this quote because it does remind me of, again, like, the murky morality of all of these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ishka says, "It is just sometimes I understand him. Cadwin, I despise what he is doing in the name of his vengeance. I despise what he is doing to the world, to all of us, but I understand him. At times, that seems like the cruelest part of this all. The cruelest part of this of all. We all feel the same things, and we all still die trying to kill each other for it.
Yeah. I think that's the most frustrating thing about everything that's happening.
Yeah,
like, you guys all feel the same way.
You guys just stop.
Yeah.
Just stop it.
Like, you're all sick of war.
You're all grieving. You all want your vengeance.
Yeah.
But, like, where are we going?
Yeah.
What's the end point?
Not to a good place, let me tell you. So, I love, one, Ava gets her hair and makeup done and then, like, rubs her eyes and lips and makes it look, like, grungy.
Ugh, shut up.
I loved it.
Yeah,
like,
in
maid,
concept,
like, gasps.
but do you think... Imagine we tried to do that. We're like, yeah.
Well, I remember, like, TikTok last year where they were doing, like, the really, like, smoke grungy and it was, like, girls with, like, wipe. I was like, okay, you're a model.
Yes.
If I go upstairs and do that right now, no one's going to like...
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, as I was reading it, I was like, in theory, okay.
Yes. But I'm like, oh, I bet she looked so hot, though. Like,
oh, yeah,
like,
no, she did.
When they do that in a movie, you're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just they're like one swipe, and it's perfect. I love Mishka propositioning her. That was great.
Yeah. Shoot your shot.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. And he's just like, okay. And this is like what we were talking about. I feel like with her like childlikeness when she's experiencing all these first things. She's like, first I thought my body was a prison. Then I realized that it could be a tool. And now I realize that it could allow me to experience things. Useless, wonderful things that I had long ago forgotten.
Yep.
And I like they like talk about dancing, how it's like there's like no purpose to it. And it's so silly, but it's like so enjoyable. And I was like, this just makes me want to like
purpose.
Go eat food and dance and
yeah.
Yeah, I really
That's the point.
Yeah, I loved it.
It's
just for like the pleasure
let your
of
body
things.
Loose.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to reference their hookup? Is that your next thing?
That's what's my next thing.
Okay, what do you have to say?
I do when she's like asking. I still like love her bluntness because she doesn't have like.
Yeah.
She's not like embarrassed about it.
She doesn't have the social anxieties of us all
like,
in the same ways.
And then she's like, oh, like Mishka asked me to have sex.
Yeah.
Just.
That's interesting. Yeah.
But yeah, asks how like it feels, and I like Hadwin says, it feels like the stars. It feels like touching everything about another person's body, like devouring them and letting them do the same to you. That's very poetic
and inaccurate. I feel like extreme.
It feels like the stars, Christine.
Feels like the stars. Okay, fine. My reference to this hookup was just that he gives Aoife an orgasm and then he runs away and then he ices her out. I just have this visual of Cadwin like limping, like speed limping down the path. Just like,
oh shit,
get out of here. Anyway.
Yeah, that was really annoying how he did that.
Not funny.
I was like, how dare you? And just because she doesn't get it, she's like a teenager.
Yeah, and then over time, okay, she goes, there's like, I wasn't going to write down all the quotes, but like she's confused, so she goes through her confused phase, and then she goes into her hurt phase, and then her anger phase.
Yeah,
it's like the
you're a
stages of
coward.
Grief after like an orgasm runaway. And yeah, she gets to anger.
Yeah. But it's so true, especially women, like we have more of like our emotions get more connected to things.
Yeah, and you're like, we're having a great time. Yeah. And then you're like, where's he?
Yeah. I have feelings.
And then he just like shuts her out, like doesn't, like has guards at his door. Yeah. Like, whoa. It's just like a dark ghost, you know?
It was so bad. I love it. It just made me laugh. So, you know, they're having sex. And then, after I think he did the first time too, and he's like, now Ava. And then she orgasms.
Oh, yeah,
I was like, that would be so nice if someone would just be like, okay, now.
And
I did it. Yeah. I just needed you to tell me. I was like, how in his mind could he, I mean, they are fae. Like maybe they have some like 8th sense or something to like know the exact time. It's like the stoplight trick, you know? Where you know it's going to like, count so many seconds and then it'll switch.
Or he knows she's on the edge and so and him giving her the direction, that's such a turn on for her that it sends her over the edge.
Yeah. Okay, that could be it.
Yeah.
I enjoy the confidence that he does have doing that.
Yeah, imagine he was wrong.
She's like, it's awkward, but I'm not ready yet. Yeah. Anyways, super happy that she did get to experience that finally, because I was upset that before she died, before Ishka.
They didn't get to do
Yeah,
that
even though
point.
she tried.
Yeah, she
To
did.
not deal with her emotions and have sex with him, and he said no.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy that that happened for the both of them, really.
Okay, Ishka.
Oh, Ishka.
Another murky morality character. So we get him kind of reiterating how regretful he is about Ava. He said, I valued my loyalty to my house over my loyalty to my friend. I valued my queen's desire for power over the greater balance of life. I will not make that mistake again. It's just like Ishka trying to do his redemption arc, but it's like, how do you even do that?
I mean, at least he's trying.
And exactly, that's the
Which
point.
I think that's all you can do in that, once you've done something like that. Like, he continues to try and be better and do better. I think it's interesting, like, they're meeting and how they're playing chess, I'm guessing, or something.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think they do this quite a bit, was my conclusion.
Like a check-in?
Yeah, because Ishka's always going off places, right?
Yeah.
But I think because they do have, like 1,000 years of friendship, that I think they kind of, because they were obviously so close for how long.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking this is not
the first time. Well, obviously,
because he wasn't surprised with his
it's too casual.
Yes. Yeah. Which I kind of liked almost.
Yeah, but then Ishka's like, does she know how you made her? Basically, like, how did Aoife come back? Does she know that what you did?
Yeah.
And then Cadwin's like, kill him.
Which kind of pissed me off because I'm like, you don't want her to find out, so now you're telling her to just kill him. Which she wants to. Does she? But now you're like, okay, now I want my friend to die. It was very murky, all of it.
And you did.
And then she realizes, that killing him, it really didn't fix anything.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah.
No. We learn, like, when Aoife has an interaction with her mom, I just want to, like, touch on this before we move on, like, her meeting her mom again.
Yes, because she gets mad, because once she figures out...
Cadwin, using the Lahara
to make her.
Yeah. She gets really mad. So then her mom comes back, which we are waiting for, and it was another one of those strings that you're like, is Carissa going to come back to this?
Yeah.
And so we get some interactions with her mom, but I think we learn, because we're kind of like, why didn't she do anything when Cadwin came
so we finally get
her
those
father?
answers.
And so we learn, her mom was being drugged for so many years. That was a part of it. And then she also says that she went back to Aoife's dad after, but because he was half human, he didn't live as long. Mm-hmm. And so there were,
I love getting answers like
things
that.
Tied up.
Yes. I do just like one thing that her mom said, she's like, kind of tell me everything, because she's mad at her. Uh-huh. Obviously, like all the stuff and she says, tell me, my love, what they did to you, let me help you bear that weight. And then she also says, do not fear death, my daughter. We all walk with one foot in each world. There is beauty in impermanence, and what sad lives we would live if we never loved anything we would lose.
Yeah, that was very wise.
I mean, she's been around. That. And it was nice to see her in like a normal state.
Right.
We didn't really get that, obviously, before.
Well, yeah, and we talked about it in the first book. I was like, oh, her mom's sick.
Yeah, like something's not...
We've heard this before.
Yeah.
The mom is sick. Okay, so she's like in a domestic situation, or someone's being drugged, because moms just aren't sick in fantasy books. Something's up.
Yeah.
I do just want to tie up Aoife and Cadwin with his real motive. We get his real motive because he keeps denying it throughout the book, and we get these like Aoife replying with, "You're lying," and she'll say it in her head and sometimes out loud.
She does do, and I was like, that's so racy when she says those. Like, and you get that little like the italic kind of, and I was like, does she sound like racy in her mind when she says it?
Liar.
Yeah, you lie. You cannot lie to me.
And Cadwin finally admits, so he says, It is for you. It is all for you. I never said that, but I found myself regretting that I never told you when I thought you wouldn't come back." And she thinks, why didn't you fight for me? I had asked my mother. So it's basically just her having a memory of like, why hadn't anyone been on her side or fought for her, which was a big theme in Children of Fallen Gods when we got introduced to Aoife.
Yeah.
Was so many people in her life she was so other.
Yes.
And so we finally get this. Like, Cadwin was always on her side. He was always, like, all in for her. And so it was a big realization, and they get to have this, like, a really intense scene again. And it says, "It was so soft, as if he was afraid that he might break me, that all the breath left my lungs when some thread of restraint snapped, and he pulled me into a desperate embrace. Like he couldn't stop himself, like he couldn't believe I was real. I wrapped my arms around him and welcomed it. I didn't know how much it was possible to miss someone." And just thinking about Cadwyn, how many hundreds of years he went without her, and just like obsessed and thinking about her every single day.
Yeah.
And then she's finally there. It's like, that would be
pretty intense. So intense that you can command orgasms.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an obsession.
Mm-hmm.
It is very different from the love story that we get from Tisana and Max.
Yes, it is a very different type of love story.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to not shout out, but what's his name? Verdier?
Yeah.
It is just, he's such a kooky character.
I love him.
And he's like trying to like explain like everything that's happening.
Yeah.
He's like, I did try to tell her, but sadly I think she's beyond listening, like about Nira.
Yeah.
Max like, so you come to us? Why? Verdier looked offended. Well, I'm not a madman, Maxitarius. I'm a man of science. I don't want the world to end. Yeah, and then he dies.
I saw the strike coming before Bardier did. Bardier, shockingly oblivious, didn't even recoil when the axe came for him. I struck down his attacker, one of Nira's death soldiers, a split second too late. By then, Bardier was twitching on the ground, nearly decapitated, lips moving as if even in death he still had more to say. I love that.
Great death.
Yeah, and you're dead.
Yep. He's just such a funny character. So they figure out that the third and Lahara is the prison.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's Lahara.
Yeah. But
yeah, it's the prison. That makes sense, because I was wondering what how Max made that deal when he was in Ilizath.
Yes.
And I was like, what's gonna come of that?
Yeah, but I like Max looks over and he's like, "Fuck, I'm an idiot."
Yeah.
And he put the pieces together because when he was there, it said that it had lost pieces of itself. So then, yes, they both go there. Cadwyn goes there. The boys are fighting. And they fight about Riche. And then Tisana comes in. Crashes into Cadwyn. And then I just randomly, I like that happens. And all of a sudden she comes in out of nowhere. And then when it's reversed, all of a sudden Aoife comes in out of nowhere, knocks Tisana over. They're both just trying to protect their men. And both the men are just dying and bleeding. They're like, "Don't hurt them."
Oh, suffering. Okay.
So her last kind of her and Tisana talking.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, "You know nothing about me." Her emotions still rolled over me, complex and layered, and yet so innocent, so simple. Gods, how I had not understood her more when she was a part of me. She was just lost, a poor lost heart like I had been, ripped from world after world, belonging to nothing and everything, desperate for connection. The world hurt her, she hurt the world. The cycle went on and on. I see you, Aoife. My words slow as my conscience was fading. You can do more than destroy. You can be more than death. And then she is.
Yeah. Which is a nice tie-in with all these books of death, and then more death, and then more death, and it's just a cycle.
I got really emotional when they died, though. It was really sad.
It was sad to see them go.
Yeah.
But it was also, I guess, the ending that I was hoping for, and most satisfying and good.
Yeah.
Because obviously Cadwyn was at his end, and then Aoife was surviving in this half-life that them going together, finally having been reunited, and having at least some time together. That was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, "I have left my mark upon the world. I have written a new story, and I have him. Love is worth creating for. Worth dying for. Together we turn to the door. Together we will cross it. Together we will conquer the next unknown." His hand reaches out for me. His lips curl into a sad smile. "Come home, Aoife," he murmurs. I love how he says my name. I take his hand. And then they find his body and not hers, but his hands outreach when they find it.
Yeah. Oh.
So sad.
I got shivers.
Right? Same.
And that's the end of the war, finally. We hate war.
Boo war.
I don't know if you're at this point, but I would like to say that Sephi's still alive. Can we go to that part? Or what do you have? What?
Who's Sephi?
Is that her name? The little girl? The queen?
Oh! Right.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say that, what's his name?
All of a sudden shows back up.
Oh, yeah, what's his name? Who?
Tear or something, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he just kind of disappeared too, right?
I forgot
what the fuck
completely.
happened to him?
Yeah.
And so I like that he goes back around and he's like, oh, Zareth wanted to kill her, so I went and hit her. And I was like, that's actually so sweet.
Yeah.
So and another redemption story where he was like honest and saying, yeah, I had been doing what Zareth and Nura wanted me to do and basically manipulating Sephi, but is that her name? I'm sorry if it's wrong.
Yeah.
And then going like, but I really care for her.
Didn't want to kill her.
And I love her. And so he kind of does a redemption of like, I'm going to go hide her because what's happening isn't right. And so good for him.
Yes, agreed.
Good for him.
Oh, I just want to shout out the last Max and Sammerin. Because I guess he was like playing it cool and then Jason was like, okay, stop it. So he goes to see him and he's like, Sammerin says, if you're going to confess your unrequited love for me, Max, just hurry up and do it. Max, fuck you. You're a married man. That would not be appropriate. I barked a laugh. Finally, at Sammerin's pointed silence, I let out a long breath. I would not have survived without you, Sammerin, I said at last. I don't think I've ever actually told you that. Poor social graces and everything. I love them.
Yeah, I love how we got to do a Sammerin drink, even if it was mediocre, but we got to honor him.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
Yeah.
He's a great character. Yeah, I just had a piece like after the war and just Max realizing like when Sammerin, Moth, Tasana, and him sat down to eat breakfast after like a long day of like doing work and stuff and like, oh, this is family. This is what I have. This can be family too. That was nice. And then I just have...
And I do like everything they decide to do. Like all the directions everything went for everybody. Was
good. They're trying to rebuild and make it a better place, trying to figure out like what do they do instead of the orders, like Max turning his family home into a school and
Brayhan finally goes to see his daughter.
Yes. Good for him.
Yeah.
And then I just have a send quote. So the ending of the book, Jasana says, later I will watch Max teach our children how to pull weeds and water roses. I'll pause my pen over my paper to marvel at the sheer overwhelming abundance of luck that needed to happen to bring us to this moment. I do not believe in gods anymore, but maybe there's something like a miracle here. I think of my mother's words in a dream that felt very real. You have survived, my daughter. Now live. This memory crosses my mind just as Max looks up and smiles when he meets my eyes, as if on reflex, like he didn't even mean to, and I return it without thinking. I put down my pen and I live.
That's lovely.
That's the end.
Good ending. Good job tying everything together. Casting call.
Mother of Death and Dawn. Okay, so I just needed the Max recast that I have today. You already know it.
Do I?
Yeah. Someone posted about Manny Jacinto.
I can't remember what he looks like now.
From The Good Place.
Right, yes.
And I was like, duh. So, and I know throughout this War of Lost Hearts series coverage, I just keep like throwing names out there for Max, but like, it's my podcast, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. And I needed to mention Manny because
it's a very good choice.
Because he's hot.
Yep, he sure is.
So I just wanted to mention that, and also because this episode we realized that Irene and Willa are not the same person, and Willa came back to help Sammerin with things and such, and helping Max with
the school.
I think, even though I still don't trust this bitch, she deserves a casting in the very least.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you had anyone in mind for Willa.
I had either Kerry Washington or Ruth Nega.
Oh. Where have I seen her?
She was in Loving. It was a movie about the first interracial couple.
No,
that's not. Preacher, Passing, Loving, Presumed Innocent. Great show.
Okay, maybe I don't know her.
Good girl. Ad Astra, Sammerin. She's in lots of things. That's just the first ones that like come up that maybe you would know.
Well, she's very pretty.
She's very pretty. Also, just Presumed Innocent, Jake Gyllenhaal. just like an 8-episode series.
Oh.
She plays his wife, and it's a very good. He's accused of murdering his mistress. He's also a lawyer. And it's like the whole, like, it's like a trial. Anyways, it's very good. I believe it's based off a book.
That sounds like it would give me anxiety.
Okay, maybe not for you. Anyway, everyone else, though.
I don't know. I didn't have anyone for Willa, but
Oh.
like, what?
Yeah, I thought you did. Or you were just throwing it out there.
No, I was just throwing it out there.
Oh, okay.
No, but when I think of like, maybe like character descriptions, if I can remember any, or maybe this is just like vaguely what I recalled imagining, I just think of Quinta Brunson from Abbott Elementary, only because I also cast her in a role in one of our book club episodes of, what is that book we did? A Sea of Unspoken Things.
Mm-hmm.
I cast her in that, and so I just remember her character in that book, and then I'm just like, that reminds me of like a Willa character.
Oh, okay. So you're just,
Anyway,
that's what I was doing with Willa, too.
nonsensical.
Yeah.
But I'm going to nominate Quinta for this. And also watch Abbott Elementary. Yeah, and if Carissa wants to do a novella of just like Willa being evil, or like, you know what? I don't even think she's evil now. I think she's maybe just like mid, where she's just like bitchy.
Yeah.
Like she's like secretly like a little bit manipulative, but it's just a novella of like her being like morally ambiguous, and like you're just like confused the whole novella, and you're just like, am I on her side? Like, is she full bitch that I'm on her side, or is she just like,
or maybe her and Sammerin fall in love?
Is she just like a wet sponge? I'm not sure how I feel about her, and you just like leave the novella being like, what?
That sounds awful.
Okay, well, maybe your idea of a Sammerin Willa love montage was better than mine.
We just leave the book feeling unfulfilled.
Let's go with that. Okay. Who is your MVP for the last part of this book?
Ava.
Okay, why?
You know, she finally got her death.
True.
Like, she's been trying for 3 books now to just die.
Yeah,
but I think she also then got to experience what it was like to be human a little bit. Like, she did get to kind of like have those experiences. And then in the end, choose what in the beginning of these books Ava Rache would not have chosen.
Yeah.
She would have chosen the violent ending. And this one, she chose love in the end. Yes. And that she got to finally have that love, which she didn't understand before. She now has understanding of it. And that she also got to finally just die and go and do whatever is next for her. And Moth.
And always Moth.
That's always Moth.
I'm gonna give it to Cadwin.
No, that's good. And why?
I was really mad at him this entire book, and I hated everything he did. But I do like how he finally gave in and fessed up to Ava and enjoyed their time together. And even though it took him to like the very, very end of his life, he finally like gave it up. He gave up his vengeance. But I do love the arc of his character from Children of Fallen Gods, and how like we feel for him so much of all his people being slaughtered, and we're just like, he's a good guy, and then like he comes back around to like, oh, like good person becoming bad.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay. We're gonna do a short finale episode.
Yep.
Which is basically what we do at the end of any series or duology. So it's like an award ceremony. We're going to talk about what our favorite cocktails were. So we're going to determine the winner, me or Jamie. We're going to do some of our favorite moments, any cringe moments, any casting, our favorite castings, the Steve Buscemi Award for Achievement in Multicasting, if we've cast multiple people. And then an ultimate loser, an overall MVP, and then the series is done. Mm-hmm. And soon enough, you will learn what series we're doing next.
Oh my god!
Oh, but
Get your gowns ready.
Get your gowns ready, yeah. Our October book club episode is going to be A Dark and Secret Magic by Willis Kinney. and I'm sorry if I'm saying this wrong because I'm trying to remember the book at the top of my head. But it's a book that came out last October, and it's set during Halloween, and it has witches, and it seems really cozy, and I needed a really cozy Halloween read.
Yep.
This is for me. This is what I needed. But if you also need that, then read the book, and we're going to talk about it in an episode, and hopefully have a October Halloween themed drink with it.
Yay!
Happy Halloween!
Fall's coming, guys! We're already here.
Toodaloo.
Bye-bye.
Oh, if you're not already following us on social media, please follow Books and Booze Podcast on TikTok, on Instagram. If you, wherever you're listening to this, if you could subscribe, if you could give us a like, a comment, everything, all of that is incredibly helpful. Okay, now bye.